What's good, everybody? This your boy D Money, and I'm here to present you with a new episode of Drip Talk. This is our third episode of season 3, and we're going to get into the type of artistic styles that I use for my designing of my products, and of course, my clothes and accessories. Two that I primarily use are Surrealism and Abstract Art. I also use a lot of typography, which is pretty much, the use of words in different patterns and techniques, and just pairing them in different spacing and lines. But we'll get into that more as we get into the episode. So just stay tuned. Make sure you also like and subscribe and share this episode with your friends and family and, fellow designers. Everybody, this is your boy D Money. And I just want to let y'all know that we got the Build the Throne collection. We had to push it back a few weeks, but it will be dropping at the end of June. Make sure you stay tuned for the release date. Make sure that you're ready to pre-order these elite African Kingdom pieces for men, women, and kids. And, we're going to stay in the athleisure wear for the spring and summer. So stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned for the release date. And make sure you also check out our new podcast, A Lot of Fashion, which will be dropping June 9th. Appreciate y'all. Stay tuned for that release date. Alright, y'all, we're back. So the first type of art that we're going to get into is abstract art, which is one of the primary artistic styles that I use with my designs. The art itself is actually the art where the artwork does not refer to anything outside of the artwork itself. Abstract techniques have been used by artists to explore ideas beyond the canvas and our physical reality. Example, I'm the Wave, Don't Need a Shore. That's one of our pieces in our Battle Royale Part 2 collection, which you can find on our website or one of our social media platforms, or you can just use the link below, dreamsofrulerstreet.com. Pretty much what I use in this actual design, as you can see, is typhoons of hurricanes in the world. You see rocket ships, you see the galaxy, and pretty much what I'm saying with myself and also those who have the utmost confidence is that when you're in a space where you have that, self-confidence, everybody else's insecurities don't, affect you. You don't need, validation for the things that you're good at, and you don't need people, in order to be pleased. That's just the type of person I am. So I just wanted to display that in that art, and hopefully, others can, feel that same type of self-confidence when they wear it. I know a lot of people that have purchased or, have just seen the art and just said that's one of their favorite pieces out of the collection. It's one of mine too, just because of that. Abstract art also uses the elements of color, shapes, forms, textures, lines, value. As you can see in this piece, you can see the different colors that just shoot out at you, like the red, the bright orange, the burnt orange, the high blues, even the dark blues, the lines from the rocket ship clouds and just shooting in the air, and just the way everything is placed on that photo is just a demonstration of abstract art. Abstract art stands for the virtues such as order, purity, simplicity, and spirituality. Now for me, I'm a type of person that lives by moral code. And, the certain things that you hear from, street code and, being in church if you're a Christian, even if you're a Mormon or, certain religions of that sort where you believe in God as the highest power. That's, some of those virtues that I believe in. Also, Buddhism. That's one of the, religions that I practice as well. I learn from that, and I try to demonstrate that in my designs. Now we get into surrealism. Surrealism is a style where the artwork draws from the unconscious and the irrational. It aims to revolutionize human experience. It balances a rational vision of life with one that asserts the power of the unconscious and the dream. The surrealism movement is about finding magic and strange beauty in unexpected and uncanny, disregard and unconventional pieces. So, for example, one of the pieces that I designed also in my Battle Royale Part 2 collection, Neon Nights Psychedelic Endeavors, as you can see up on the screen, it has two types of patterns on the piece. On the front, it has, a pattern where you see different forms of, weed, marijuana products, paraphernalia, and even, people parlaying with weed. My whole point was, just the thought process that you have, and when you are high, just the different things that go through your mind, just the different products that you use at, different times just to, experience that high, and just the type of moments that you had, the trips that you had. And it's not one of those crazy psychedelic trips like when people are on mushrooms or something like that, but it's something that, you don't typically see, but it's something that we think about. And that's just something that, I try to display in some of my pieces. And surrealism is also a form of abstract art. So it's going to come out in its own way, but at the same time, it's also going to relate to abstract art as well. So it's going to look similar at times. And I also have pieces where I strictly focus on surrealism, and I have pieces where I strictly focus on abstract art. Now, last but not least, typography. Now, typography is the art and technique of arranging type to make written language legible, readable, and appealing when displayed. The arrangement of type involves selecting typefaces, point sizes, line lengths, line spacing, and letter spacing, as well as adjusting the space between pairs of letters. Now, one of these examples that I have from my Battle Royale Part 1 collection is my Keep It G piece. Now, with the Keep It G piece, it's just all letters, but it does have forms of color. Also, I would guess you could say kind of like a pop art type background to it, but the letters have different pairing, spacing, and also coloring to it as well, and sizing. So that's just pretty much an example of what typography is. You'll also see different brands, and also in some of the pieces that we have in our various collections, where it will be spread out throughout the whole piece, where it'll be all over printed onto a product. But sometimes brands also just use that simple lining for the words, or in a curved format as well, just so that way it appeals to the customer. It's something simple, but also with the styling, the different styling that you can use, it gives more of a different aura to the picture and shows a different expression to the customer that can relate to the type of confidence or style that they have. Now, even with a lot of designer brands, they typically like to use just the names now and not really have too much of a message behind everything. It's easier to make wording look exciting with typography style. So these are just some styles that are out there, some art that are out there. If you want me to explain different types of art to you guys in more detailed form, definitely comment below in the comment section. If you want me to talk, definitely comment in the comment section as well. But I appreciate everybody that's viewed. Make sure that you like and subscribe to this episode and share it to your family and friends, and keep visualizing your purpose and focusing in on how you design your pieces, because it's very important to have design pieces that actually make sure that it relates a message to the customer and also has a style that differentiates from other brands. Like I said, keep visualizing your purpose. I appreciate it.
Purchase your tracks today.